to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'll ask for a motion and a second to approve the amended board meeting agenda.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Bill Harris, second by Kara. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Debbie, we didn't do a motion to resume regular session.
Oh, all right, sorry. Can I have a motion to resume regular session, please?
No.
Second.
Second.
Second by Brian. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we student representative report. Molly Koenig.
Hi everyone. For the school, we've had a lot of numerous things going on. We had the positive incentive thing the other day. This Thursday, we're having the junior information night at 7 or 6. So.
The 9th, this Saturday, we're holding the honor flight. Or, we're not holding it, but we're sending students out on a bus to go visit the veterans at
The Stewart Airport.
They're going to be heading to Stewart Airport, and we're going to be welcoming the veterans back from their flight. The third quarter ends this Friday, so make sure grades and everything. And report cards will be sent out the 22nd. The junior semi-formal is going to be April 30th at the Elks Lodge from 5 to 9. And make sure we're just checking emails and school tool, you know? And that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Molly. Next up is administrative reports. Mr. Rydell.
Thank you so much. So we're going to once again do something a little bit different, and that is to go through some of the items of our budget. But before I do that, I want to take advantage of an opportunity that I've been looking forward to for now a few meetings, several weeks now. It's recognizing one of our students that really did an absolutely amazing accomplishment. So, not to embarrass her, but I'd like to ask Charlie Wiley to please come up to the front. And I know that each of you are aware, but I'll just share why Charlie's actually here. And I'm so thankful that you took time out of your busy life. And I know you're super busy because I get to see your grades. So I know your grades, which are awesome in the 90s in every one of our classes. And you're also an amazing athlete. And we're here to really celebrate both of those. And I appreciate your parents and your sister taking time to be here as well. This means more to us than I think you would realize. So, but let me just explain what actually took place. Charlie is a Section 9 wrestling champion. She not only did that, Charlie, face the audience, Charlie, so that you can really take this all in. Charlie is a Section 9 champion as an 8th grader, which is amazing. That's an amazing accomplishment. And finally, and most importantly, or least importantly, because the most important thing is that she's a Section 9 champion, and they'll never take that away from her. She's the first female Section 9 champion ever.
Yeah!
So Charlie, I just want to read a letter that we're going to give to you. I hope it means something to you. If it doesn't, that's okay. I won't take it personally, because I'll never really know. But this is signed by myself as well as Mrs. Lash. She's our board president. And is it okay if I read it out loud? Dear Charlie Wiley, it is with great pride and admiration that we offer this letter of commendation in recognition of your recent achievements and accomplishments in the realm of athletics. specifically representing Port Jervis High School in the Section 9 Wrestling Championships in the highest regard, culminating in winning the 102-pound championship. Winning the Section 9 championship represents a source of great pride for our school, district, and community. Furthermore, your accomplishment represents a source of pride that extends far beyond the Port Jervis City School District, as you are the first female wrestler to achieve this honor. Remarkably, you are not only the first female Section 9 wrestling champion, you did so as an 8th grade student athlete. We are looking forward to your continued success in the classroom and on the mat. On behalf of the Port Jervis Board of Education, please accept this letter as a token of our appreciation for your outstanding representation of our proud school district and your clear dedication and commitment to pursuing your goals. So this is yours, which is a few things that also I want to share. Charlie was also voted Most Outstanding Wrestler for Division II for Section 9. So not only was she the champion of her weight class, but the coaches and the officials elected her as the Most Outstanding Wrestler for Division II. Another huge accomplishment, and clearly the first female wrestler to ever achieve that. The other thing that I found really remarkable, because I did, in preparation for you coming here, I was hoping you'd come, I checked out the brackets from the Section 9 tournament, and I could be wrong because I could only see from the quarterfinals on, but you pinned all of your opponents according to the brackets. Is that true? That's remarkable. So you pinned it for winning the championship. So, Charlie, I'll end with this. Congratulations. And something that I really never share, and you probably don't know because I never tell anybody, but I'm also a Section 9 wrestling champ. So I want back in the old days. I just want to say welcome to the club. I'm super proud of you. Thank you. How about Mom, Dad, and Frankie as well?
Yeah.
Mr. Mom, give it your camera. Give me your camera. You go like this? Kenny, you want to go with the one arm? No. Charlie can.
Mr. Tam?
How do you top that? I don't know. I look up and it says budget update up there. I don't know how do I contest with that. So, give a quick budget update this evening, April 5th. We have reviewed budget goals. As you can see, as this progresses back to January 11th was when we had our rollover budget, and as you can see from February 15th, March 1st, and April 5th, our current working budget has maintained and stayed the same. I had anticipated that the state budget would have been released on Friday, but that's been delayed. With state aid coming out, it would have maybe increased, decreased, stayed the same. The budget would change accordingly. So I am awaiting the state budget to pass. I expected things to be a little bit different this evening, but it's not. So we've reviewed this before, and I'm going to let Mike and Natasha kind of jump into this, but what is in the current working budget?
I'll take the first part. I'll just be very brief. Basically, in this current budget, as far as maintaining, it maintains all current staffing, all of our programs, extended day, extended school year. Just to be clear on what that means, it's our before and after school programs that we offer, as well as our summer programming that we offer. We've continued to expand that. That is contained within this budget. The curriculum mapping, professional learning, professional development that's taken place, improvements in our technology, both our infrastructure as well as the hardware and software that we utilize in our learning spaces, as well as continued upgrades to our classrooms, our classroom furniture, our classroom designs, as well as some of our other learning spaces. And it also includes some of the things that we've implemented over the years, which includes most recently ability builders, the behaviorists coming into our schools, and really I think just the key point is there are no items that have been removed from the budget for the purpose of reduction. So with that, Dr. Walkowitz.
So some of the things we're anticipating adding for next year, we started with our Wilson Reading Program, just making some of the budget from our regular budget is coming out, as well as some of our grant money to support that program. And that's for our K through 12 program, as well as our AIS and special ed programs to support those. Some materials, updated materials and supplies, and professional coaching for Teachers College reading and writing. They're doing a big update this coming fall, and that's going to be an additional material cost. Assistant principal at the elementary school is part of our current budget. College level course tuition we worked into this budget. Tier 1 intervention resources for literacy, that was identified through our MTSS redesign project this year, and some updated technology initiatives.
Thank you both. Thank you both.
So on the next slide, I'm just going to highlight some areas of this year's budget. The state aid is at $50,823,588. Like I mentioned, that number most likely will change. So when I have that number, I can give a more accurate budget. And the highlight of this is that the total budget is $82,422,347, and that our tax levy will remain the same at 0. I illustrated this as well. This is the last 9 years of budgets, and you can see the budget is up $3.4 million, an increase of budget to budget of 4.36%. And once again, as you can see, a back-to-back 0 tax levy, which is unheard of. So when state aid pulls through, if it increases, here's some of our options. We can increase program amounts or decrease the amount of fund balance that we use, because we use $948,000 of our fund balance to bridge the gap. If state aid decreases, our options are to decrease program amounts, increase the use of our fund balance, increase the tax levy, so it would not be a 0 tax if we chose to do that, or some combination of the above 3 items. Some of our variables at this time is that we are in the middle of our CSEA contract. Our transportation RFP is going out in the next couple weeks. That's an unknown, and it's uncharted waters, and it's pretty nerve-wracking. And of course, as we know, supplies have increased, but energy costs are very unpredictable at this point.
Sure, I'll take the next slide. So in addition to the proposition on this May's ballot for the actual budget, we also have a second proposition that will be on there. This was board approved at our last week's special meeting. And in summary, basically what this is seeking is community support and authorization to increase our funding for the capital project by no more than $10 million. The reason for this seeking of this additional authorization is directly related to the increases in not only in inflation, but also in just wages and things along those lines, which have ultimately yielded a bid, even though we went out to bid twice on the first phase of the capital project, that exceeded the budget which was originally constructed pre-COVID, because as you recall, this our community supported this project the very week that we closed schools in March of 2020. So things have changed. We are seeking this with the commitment that With this, we're looking to deliver the exact program and changes that we were providing to our community when we were presenting the scope of this capital project. This will allow us to realize that. It will also allow us to realize that with the other fundamental piece that we shared in presenting this to our community, that it's at zero tax impact. So there's no use of tax levy in order to fund this $10 million. This would be funded, whatever portion of that $10 million we would use, exclusively through the fund balance that exists.
Thank you, Mike. And the final slides really are just denoting that May 17th, Tuesday, is the budget vote, and that the voting locations are at HBE, the high school, and the middle school. And if you have any questions about the locations, you can contact Ms. Lopez at her email address. And if you have any budget questions or comments, you could ask Mr. Rydell or myself. And thank you.
Okay, the next item is the consent items. These include the minutes from the March 22nd, 2022 regular meeting, the minutes from the March 29th, 2022 special meeting, CPSE meeting minutes for 3/25/22, CSE meeting minutes from 3/8, 3/10, 3/15, 3/16, 3/17, 3/18, 3/22, 3/23, 3/24, and 3/28/22. CSE meeting minutes annual review for 22-23 from 3/4, 3/10, 3/14, 3/15, 3/16, 3/17, 3/18, 3/21, 3/22, 3/23, 3/24, and 3/28/22. And disposal of outdated irreparable equipment. I have a motion and agenda to approve the consent agenda items as listed, please. Judy, second by Flo. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Item 7 is personnel employment items. These include leave of absence, appointment, instructional staff vacancy 2418, position 3513, special education teacher, appointment, support staff vacancy 2419, position 3710, probationary senior food service helper, appointment, support staff vacancy 2420, position 411, provisional head custodian, change in status, support staff, probationary to permanent status cleaner, change in status, support staff, probationary to permanent status school monitor, and amendment to board docs. May I have a motion to approve the personnel employment items as listed?
I'll move it.
Brian?
I'll second.
Second by Judy. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8 is action items. So item 8A, resolution for notice of the annual meeting, school district election, and school district budget vote. May I have a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor, please? Bill Harris.
Second.
Second by Jason. Are there any questions on this item? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8B is the Links at Riverbend Golf Club agreement for the 2022 school golf season. May I have a motion and a second to bring this item to the floor, please?
I'll move it.
Judy? Second by Brian. Are there any questions on this item? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8C, resolution of the Port River City School District to appoint Orange Ulster Cooperative Bid Committee to represent the district to bid jointly for general supplies, paper supplies, cafeteria supplies, custodial supplies, health supplies, milk, ice cream, bread, and building materials for the period beginning July 1, 2022 through June 30th, 2023. May I have a motion and a second for this item, please?
I'll move it.
Flo, second by Judy. Are there any questions on this item? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8D, capital project phase 1 bid awards. May I have a motion and a second for this item, please? Flo, second by Brian. Any questions? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 8E, policy, second and final reading of policy numbers 3430, 3440, 3450, 3510, 4110, 4210, 4230, 4240, 4250, and 4260. May I have a motion and a second for this item, please? Flo? Second by Judy. Any questions? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item is board committee reports. Does anyone have a report? No? Okay. Board member comments? We'll start on this side tonight. Brian?
No, I don't believe.
Judy?
Congratulations to Wiley, very proud of you.
Bill?
Just wanted to share Friday, Mike Rydell and myself spent the entire day at BoCE's, touring their campus and a few of their programs. And I was thoroughly impressed with the programs that they offer. They're looking to expand. And anyone that gets the opportunity to ever visit BoCE's campus, I would just urge you to go see what they do and what they bring to this community. And after seeing this on Friday, they have my 100% support for everything they do there. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Flo?
Hi, as our junior representative said, this Saturday is the honor flight, and I know you've heard me talk many times about it. This is the first time in almost 2 years that we're going to be flying. We have 6 World War II veterans coming, a total of 82 veterans that are going to be on this flight going down to Washington. So just keep us in your thoughts that day. You could watch us on Facebook, Hudson Valley Honor Flight on Facebook.com, and you can see us all day, wherever we are. And I know the school's very interested, and thank you, Mr. Rydell, for getting this all together, because it's something that has to be learned, taught, understood. There's so many words that with our veterans, and World War II, there are not that many anymore, and we got to give them what we can for today. And I thank the school, and I thank everybody for doing their due diligence and helping me make this flight great for our veterans. You need anything, I mean, I'm at the town, everybody knows where I am. Town of Deer Park's doing good. We're all hanging in there, everything's well. And I say thank you all for everything you do for the school district. Thank you.
Thanks, Flo. Jason?
Just real quick, congratulations to the Wiley family once again. Great accomplishment, guys.
Kara?
I wanted to also say congratulations. It's a pleasure to follow Charlie. Your family must be so proud, as are we. And I just want to wish everyone a great spring break.
Nancy?
I would like to congratulate Wiley as well. I think that's the coolest thing ever. Really, very cool. And also, thank you to the Port Jervis students for the honor flight. I had the privilege to be a guardian on an honor flight, and when you come off of that plane in the evening with these veterans who are verklempt with emotion and just overwhelmed to see these young people who are remembering them and telling them what you've done and what you've given to our country really counts, and we remember you, is so very moving. I can't even explain it. So I hope the district keeps that up, because that's really a very, very good thing. And that's all, folks.
And I, too, want to congratulate not only Charlie, but her family. There's truth to it. Takes a village, it takes a family to raise a wonderful young lady like this. So congratulations, Charlie. I'm proud to be part of Port Jervis with you.
May I?
Go ahead. You certainly may.
So, yeah, I just wanted to just touch on a few things. So the honor flight, we will continue to do this. This is done. I had the opportunity to go a few years ago, and we had so many of our students there, and it was amazing for the spectators as much as it was for those being honored. And yeah, when Mrs. Santini gave us the date, we had the bus ordered right away to make sure that we could provide transportation for our students over there. Hopefully other schools are doing the same. And I did want to just, item 8B is the agreement with the links. I just wanted to just publicly acknowledge the links for that generous agreement, which really just gives so many of our students an opportunity to play golf at no charge, and it's just very generous and very community oriented. And I also wanted to echo what Mr. Harris was saying about BoCES, and just to clarify, we received a tour of all of their programs, and one of the things that really stood out was the amazing things they do, more remarkably, with what they have. So some of their buildings have been kind of repurposed to fill a need, but not necessarily for what that space was designed for, and they've been very creative and resourceful. Some of those buildings need to be renovated, and it is really an extension of all districts in Orange County. And one of the things that, Bill, I'm sure you'll agree, that everyone found funny, but then also very serious when they referenced the new wing of this one building. It's the new wing because it was finished in 1988, so it was their last project that they really did.
The original roofs still on
Yeah. So, they are looking at a capital project down the road at some point, and really everyone that was on that tour realized that everything that they were showing us were things that if they were in this school district would have been addressed long ago. And then I want to just end with the real reason I picked up my microphone, because I just wanted to welcome Elena Ramos, who's here this evening, and she was officially approved. Really a dynamic individual, and is doing great things. She's currently in our classroom. She did a long-term leave for us at HPE, did a remarkable job. When Mrs. Mesnick and Ms. Wellington knew that we were potentially looking to fill another vacancy, that's who they highly recommended. And Natasha and I interviewed Elena, and it was just clear. The answer was obvious. So Elena, welcome, and you are very impressive, and you're going to do great things, and you are doing great things in our school district. So I'm just super appreciative of that. Thank you.
Okay, so the next item is dates to remember between April 6th and the 21st. Thursday, April 7th, Junior Information Night, Hidden Mischief, 6 o'clock in the high school auditorium and cafeteria. Tuesday, April 8th, YMCA Beat the Streets program, Port Jervis Middle School students only from 6 to 9:30 in the Port Jervis Middle School gym. Tuesday, April 19th is the Port Jervis Middle School PTA meeting at 6 p.m. in the auditorium and virtual at the middle school. Special information, any community member wishing to run for one of the board seats up on June 30th, 2022, please contact the district clerk for a petition. Completed petitions must be returned to the clerk by April 27th at 5 p.m.
Mrs. Lynch, may I add one thing to the calendar, please?
Sure.
April 29th and 30th, Friday and Saturday, will be the Port Jervis Middle School musical, Guys and Dolls Junior, right here at the high school also.
Okay, and the next meeting of the Board of Education will be Thursday, April 21st at 7 o'clock in the high school cafeteria. Just remember, it's a change of day. It's Thursday that week. There will be a reception before the meeting for all teachers receiving tenure at this meeting, as well as their families. The board will also be voting on the BoCES budget and will be adopting the Port Jervis City School District proposed budget for the 2022-2023 year at this meeting. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to enter into executive session. Do you need to say something?
I just wanted to clarify, because Mrs. Lopez is exceptionally conscientious, and she takes great pride in reaching out to all the buildings and monitoring the calendars. These dates on here are generally up to the next board meeting. So our next board meeting is April 21st. I just wanted to clarify. I'm glad you brought it up so people can put it on their calendars, but I just didn't want anybody to misinterpret that Mrs. Lopez missed it. This is through April 21st, 2022, these dates to remember. No, I'm glad you said it. I just didn't want anybody to miss.
Yeah, I have it written down for the next time.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. So may I have a motion to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing tenure and, was there anything else? I just said tenure. And contracts. Flo, second by Bill Harris, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. I do not anticipate action after this meeting.